Imagine a man so dangerous that the U.S. government locked him away, alone, for more than 36 years. Not in a regular cell, not in a normal prison, but in complete isolation. No visitors, no contact, no freedom, just for concrete walls and silence. This man was Thomas Silverstein, known as the deadliest prisoner in U.S. history. But how does someone become so dangerous that even prison guards are terrified to go near him? Tonight, we're going to uncover the shocking story of a man who turned prison into his personal battlefield. Thomas Silverstein was born in 1952 in California. His childhood was far from easy. He grew up in a rough neighborhood, surrounded by crime and violence. By the time he was a teenager, he was already getting into trouble, stealing, fighting, and hanging around with the wrong crowd. But Silverstein wasn't just another troubled kid. He had a darkness inside him, one that would grow bigger with time. As he grew older, Silverstein's crimes became more serious. In the 1970s, he was arrested for armed robbery. But what made him truly infamous wasn't what he did outside prison walls. It was what he did inside. Because once Thomas entered the U.S. prison system, he didn't just survive. He became the most feared man behind bars. In 1975, Silverstein was sent to prison. At first, he was like many other inmates, but soon joined a violent prison gang, the Aryan Brotherhood. It's one of the deadliest groups in the U.S. prison system. This gang didn't just fight other inmates. They ruled the prison through murder, extortion, and fear. Silverstein quickly proved himself in 1980. He was accused of murdering another inmate inside prison, although that conviction was later overturned. The message was clear. Silverstein wasn't afraid to kill. But his most shocking crime happened in 1983 at the U.S. Penitentiary in Marion, Illinois, one of the highest security prisons in the country. Silverstein murdered a correctional officer named Merle Clutts. Clutts was a well-respected guard, known for being tough but fair. Silverstein believed Clutts was targeting him, trying to break him mentally, and one day, Silverstein snapped. With the help of another inmate, he attacked Officer Clutts and stabbed him to death right inside the prison. This was a turning point in U.S. prison history, because if inmates could kill guards inside the most secure facility, what did that mean for the entire system? The government realized Silverstein was too dangerous to be around anyone. After Clutts' murder, Thomas Silverstein was placed in a special type of solitary confinement. No human contact, point to 4 hours a day in a small cell. Meals were passed through a slot in the door. Even when he was allowed out for exercise, it was in a small cage, completely alone. Silverstein spent 36 years like this, longer than any prisoner in U.S. history. Think about that. 36 years without touching another human being inside prison. Silverstein became a legend. Some inmates saw him as a monster. Others admired him as someone who stood up against the system. Prison guards feared his name. Journalists called him America's most dangerous prisoner. But Silverstein himself said he wasn't the monster people thought. He claimed he only fought back because the system pushed him to the edge. Experts say solitary confinement can destroy the human mind. Some people go insane after just weeks alone. But Silverstein survived decades. In interviews, he admitted the isolation was brutal, like being buried alive. Yet somehow, he kept his mind sharp. It's almost as if he thrived in the darkness. After 36 years of isolation, Thomas Silverstein died in 2019 at the age of 67. He died not in the free world, not even in a regular prison cell, but still in custody, under heavy security, in a federal hospital. His death closed one of the darkest chapters in American prison history. But his story raises haunting questions. Was Silverstein truly evil? Or was he a product of a broken system that created monsters instead of stopping them? So who was Thomas Silverstein? Cold-blooded killer, or a man who became a symbol of how dangerous life behind bars can be. One thing is certain, no prisoner in U.S. history has ever inspired as much fear inside the system as he did. His name still echoes through prison walls as the deadliest inmate America has ever known. If you found this story shocking, make sure to like, share, and subscribe, because there are even more chilling true crime stories coming your way.